How you doing? This is your pastor Dez, and I'm coming before you today, and just straight up happy, man. Today is Sunday. We're gonna praise God today, and you guys are dressed to impress, man. So we about to before we have the choir sing, we have a text message from Paul the apostle. Hey, I don't know how I got it, but God can work miracles. He wants, they say it's to the church of 2025. I believe that this might be, I don't know, a biblical type of year. A lot of things may happen. So I guess that's why I got this text message. And do anybody want to read it for me? Okay, nobody. It looks like that might be the problem. Nobody's reading. But let's get into it. Okay, let me see. I'm starting this letter with delight in that the rumors are you Christian. They say you 10 toes down. They say you keeping up the fight. See, that's the kind of faith he likes. I'm elated to learn of your conversion. Indeed, I'm pleased to hear the news. No, we didn't force or coerce you, but it was the Spirit that submerged you. Don't let this take place in vain to be a product of no effect. I plead with you in this aspect. I pray your walk is ironclad and you abound in faith, given that the message of the cross is foolish to the ones that are perishing. As a result, we're misfits and outcasts for his sake. Seeing as I'm writing you in prison, being held by cuffs, but God is still good, and that'll never change. And witnessing my faith, the inmates and guards came to me to be saved. Under insults and persecutions, we stay resilient and focused, being reviled and defamed while we bless and entreat. They've made us the filth of the world. Yes, they treat us as garbage. It's not us, but Jesus they target. But it's we who market and trust in that great hope they lay for our fathers. The word has come to my attention. Did y'all neglect to read the scriptures? Wherefore the truth is not being delivered. Like you don't discern the word is living. What type of following is this? What kind of Christians are y'all? Where's your fear for God? This is the beginning of wisdom. I pray you reverse your decision. With a fly in the ointment, the 11th the lump. You shouldn't congregate with the zunk, because conversations with the tear could corrupt the unaware. We supposed to be a light to the blind, a teacher of babes. Whereas when I became a Christian, to know exactly what it meant, I began to question my beliefs. How did this all come about? What does it mean to be set apart? What is the point of being saved? What do we do that's different? What is the model Christian? I wanted true deliverance, not the type to be rescinded. In school, I was never the brightest. I ain't lying in the slightest. Now, I was fresh as trident, but the thing I lacked was guidance. My whole veneer was childish. I was in special ed. Spelling to me was rocket science. I needed a celly to get it right. That's back when flip phones was popping. Doing it without it was not an option. I would have had no clue without it. I used to hide when we would read, taking restroom breaks, sitting there for 30 minutes till I figured they was finished. Ashamed to stumble over words because I was considered cool. Quick to mask it with a joke like Martin used to do. To him, I had a lot to prove. I didn't want to come with no excuse, so I studied to show myself approved because I can't tell God I'm not capable. I became an avid reader. The words I couldn't pronounce or even understand, I put in Google to sound out and get the definition, learning all I can learn, leaving no stone unturned. Bumping preachers in my ride, playing apps while I sleep. Yes, words surrounded me. It all started in Genesis. Now I'm a polemicist. Sin is my nemesis. My heart was small as the Grinch is. Now as big as a blimp is. When your cause God inspired, your zenith is limitless. He said to go out and make disciples, so you must learn to preach the gospel. You can't be lazy with his grace. If you do, you won't be embraced. He said to love God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. The way we show we love our neighbor is by giving words from him, knowing that's the highest form of love, not just preaching off a whim, giving that straight drop gospel, giving that absolute truth, supplying that straight drop gospel, nothing added or taken away, seasoned with salt. His word being rightly divided. These attributes are essential if you want to be influential. You shouldn't be stuck at potential. No way to despise your youth when you're led by the scriptures. Your work ethic show your belief. How you love him if you don't read? You say it, but he don't see it. Too busy enjoying rudimentary teaching after all these years. Still wet behind the ears, breath smelling like Similac, being tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine, from the trickery of men through clever craftiness. When I was a child, I thought as a child, I understood as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. Meanwhile, you're still on that playground being pushed on that swing. Man, that is a beautiful letter. And the statistics back it up. They say 70% of Christians do not read the Bible. So I don't know, man. I think Paul would be upset. I think Jesus is upset. So I think we should crack open that Bible and let it and rightly divide the word of truth. All right, let's get the choir to start to sing.